Are you ready, Cricket? Yes. What's good, my homages? She's back. So I just got back from a walk. You may have seen in the clips in the beginning of this video, but Cricket is feeling a lot better today. I only took her half the distance because it was starting to get hot, and she is slowly recovering from bacterial infection or whatever she had. She's feeling a lot better today. She's currently sleeping on the couch. She's a pretty tired pup. I'm just extremely grateful that I have experience with animals, and all I had to do is take a stool sample and drop it off at the vet so they could check her for parasites. It was a lot cheaper than doing an office visit. She was coherent and everything, and she was okay in that sense, but like that night I was really afraid that I was gonna lose her because she was puking so much. That was really rough on me, and I didn't realize how triggering that was for me. I've said this before, but I literally don't know what I'm gonna do when my dog dies one day. She's 5 right now, and there's been times where I've cried because it's like, what am I gonna do when you die? And it's not like I need my dog, but my dog is like my support system. She lives with me. She's been a part of my life for the last 5 years, and you know, when I moved back home from New Jersey, after I pursued my dreams of high fashion modeling and things didn't work out, I told myself, well, when I get home, I'm gonna get myself a, sorry, the garbage man's outside. I'm gonna come home, I'm gonna get a companion, I'm gonna get a house, and that's exactly what I did. So Cricket's been a part of my life for the last 5 years. My dog has seen me cry more than anyone in this world. So yeah, we just got back from a walk. So yesterday was rough, and the day before was a really bad day. As you saw in the last vlog, I actually quit filming because I went to the DMV with my dad. We went for a ride in his slingshot, and that was cool and everything, but I just was so burnt out and in such disarray, and I don't know why my emotions felt so dysregulated. I actually went to the DMV, and it wasn't funny then, but it's kind of funny now. I ended up disassociating so hard, and I was in such deep thought that I ended up running into the freaking glass doors of the DMV. That was embarrassing. And I'm pretty sure I got a concussion, but like I have a knot on the side of my face. I'm just like, damn, what the hell is going on with me? So after that happened, it hurt so bad. Like I have a very high pain tolerance, but it was like a fucking bird hitting a windshield, you know? That's what I felt like. I was like, God, what an idiot, you know? And then I was hard on myself, and it actually hurt so bad it made me cry, and I couldn't stop crying. And I went into the vet clinic, and ouch, I got Cricket's medication. That hurts when I do that, but I got Cricket's medication, and I was like, I had my sunglasses on because I couldn't stop crying. I'm like, I'm just gonna suck it up. They don't need to know I'm crying. And yeah, I went home and I cried the rest of the day, and I journaled a lot the last couple of days, or last day and a half. Let's see, I have about 4 pages in there, and then there's another book that I'm working on. It's kind of a personal project that I'm doing, but you know, I wasn't gonna talk in the beginning of this video because I was like, well, maybe I talk too much in my videos. Maybe that's why people aren't subscribing, or maybe that's why my channel isn't growing. I watched this podcast interview with this guy named Chris Do, I think his name is. It's Chris and then D-O was his last name. He's an immigrant from, I think he's Asian. Yeah, so his family immigrated here when he was younger, I believe, and he had like a hard time in school, and he was talking about being different and stuff like that. And he was talking about slow growth of like your channel or the things, you know, the projects that you're working on. He's like, it's almost like growing an apple tree, and if you pick it too soon, you're not gonna reap the harvest, basically. I know that those weren't his exact words, but you know, I'm building something. I'm building this channel, and I'm creating videos because I genuinely like doing this, and I'm telling my story, and I'm being very honest about the struggles that I go through, not to get clout or anything like that, but it's just like, I know what it's like to feel alone, and I've said that so many different times. Monday, I went to see my friend Crystal. I actually sat on the couch and ended up passing out, and I slept so hard, like when I woke up, I was just like foggy and groggy, and it's like, shit, I'm 17 minutes late and I have to get in the car. And she's like, where are you? And I felt really, really, really bad, and I'm just really grateful that she was understanding, but I don't do stuff like that. When I say I'm gonna be somewhere, I'm there. So I know that, you know, she kind of said it as well. Sorry, there's a fly. Well, she's like, well, obviously it's your body signaling that something's off and you need to rest. And I'm like, yeah, I need to rest because like I'm not okay. okay, and I wasn't. I spent a lot of time yesterday on the couch and I felt paralyzed, which is why I think I have ADHD, because the simplest tasks were so hard to do. I was sitting on the couch and I wanted to do everything and nothing at the same time, and I'm just like, FML, like, dude, I'm so sick of my brain sometimes, and I know that there's not anything wrong with me. I just know my brain is wired differently. That's why I'm so creative. And I was like, well, maybe I could paint, or maybe I could do this. And then my house was in disarray because I've been gone the last week, and I did not know where to start. So I started small. I finished washing all the blankets that Cricket puked on, and I made my bed yesterday, and then I cleaned off part of my countertop. And then this is one of the tasks, which seems simple. I started writing in my planner again. I live by this planner and I have failed to write in it the last couple of weeks, and I can tell because my brain is a mess. So if you're a person that needs structure in your life, I highly recommend a planner. There were things as simple as looking things up on the internet I didn't want to do. I didn't want to do special orders. Like, I literally didn't want to do anything. And today I woke up and I was like, oh, maybe I should paint, but then I didn't feel like it. And I'm like, God, yesterday and today are my first full days off in the longest time, and I just felt paralyzed. And so this morning I finished drinking my coffee. I gave myself the time. I listened to that podcast that made me feel better. I might link it down below in the description so you can watch it as well. I think the reason why I'm having such a hard time is because when I quit my job back in February, I had this perception of how things were going to be. I had this vision of how my life would be, and I knew that there was a potential chance that YouTube wouldn't blow up within 10 or 11 months, which is how long I've been making videos. It'll be 11 months by the time you watch this. I knew that that was a chance. I knew that that was a huge chance because, I mean, just having 600 and something subscribers right now is huge for a small channel. And I'm not on here to get famous. I just, you know, started this up because I like making videos, and I was like, well, it'd be cool to make some extra side money to like pay my bills, and then I can focus on painting for a week straight. I can focus on creating music like I want to do. And I think a lot of the times I've been just getting really frustrated because I am burning myself out. I signed up for all of these art markets. Did I sign up for probably too many? Probably, but I went into this as the intention is, okay, it's all or nothing. I'm gonna go full in on this, and I think where I'm getting really deterred, it's not the YouTube thing necessarily, like I've said that before. It's not that I'm not successful on YouTube, because slow growth is fine. I'm cool with that. But the thing I'm particularly having a hard time with is I thought things would be different for art shows, and people really aren't spending money right now, and it's like, you know, it kind of makes me feel like my artwork's shit. I went online yesterday to order prints. It's like the third time I've tried ordering prints, and I just keep feeling like the universe is blocking me from doing shit, and I just feel really frustrated. I'm like, well, I need new prints, but then like that's more money out the door, and I don't have a lot. I have enough money to survive for like 3 more months. I'm gonna figure out a way. I'm gonna figure out something else, and you never know, God always pulls through at the last minute. So yesterday I spent a lot of time in prayer. I spent a lot of time in quiet and talking to God, and I cried a lot the last few days, and it was over things that I'm, you know, struggling with, things that I'm having a hard time letting go of, wounds that I'm trying to heal through. You know, a person who's been through a lot of stuff like myself in life is very understanding, and I know a lot of things about life. I know a lot more than the average 30-year-old because I've went through so much, and I was just born with a lot of wisdom. That's just who I am as a person. And sometimes I feel very disconnected from the world because I don't feel like there's a lot of people like me. I'm having this hard place in my life where I'm having this expectation of myself out of other people, and I know that that's going to lead me to disappointment, and I need to stop doing that. And it's something that I'm really struggling with, and I'm having a hardship with. And a lot of times why I don't tell people when I'm struggling is their response is things like, oh, have you thought about getting back into therapy? Have you thought about this? It's not that I don't need therapy. Number one, I can't afford it right now, and number two, towards the end, it really wasn't helping anymore. I felt like I was a broken record just talking about all of my issues, and I felt like it made me feel more like shit about myself towards the end with therapy. My therapist is an amazing person. I love her. But I don't think that I need to constantly rehash every problem that I'm going through in therapy. It's like, I think that this is coming from just working through trauma, working through the PTSD, working through these things that keep me chained and these things that the enemy keeps you in a stronghold in. And I think a lot of times what we don't allow ourselves to do is just sit in those uncomfortable emotions and just feel things. And that's exactly what I did yesterday and the day before. Am I feeling 100% better? No, but I know I'm about 75, 80% better. And that is huge because me 10 years ago would have laid in bed and I wouldn't have did anything. I would have laid there all day and I would have slept, and have this resilience within inside of myself, and I have faith that I'm gonna figure things out. I'm gonna get a hang on this and I'm gonna find that thing that I'm really good at. And maybe it's not fully content creation, maybe it's not art, maybe it's music, maybe it's not music, but I have a feeling it's music too, and maybe it's all of those things. But I think that this is a very normal part of the journey when you're following your dreams, and this is a lot of stuff that people don't show on social media. They don't share the hard times. You know, kind of like Chris Do talked about, they show their luxurious cars, their family, their spouse, their house, and they don't talk about any of their struggles. It's almost like they're hiding it. And I think the difference with me and my channel is I'm sharing the things that I'm going through because I'm a human being. We're all gonna have our things that we struggle with in life. I think one of the things that I'm really sick of in society is when you're struggling or you're sad or you're angry about something, people either don't want to hear about it, or they're gonna sit there and treat you like there's something wrong with you. And thirdly, they might not even listen to you and they disregard your emotions, and it makes you feel like more disconnected and more like shit about yourself. And I don't care who you are. I don't care if you have, like, you know, if you're, what do you call it? If you're neurodivergent, which I think I'm like 99% sure I am. I know my brain's wired differently. It's why I can create all of this stuff and I have these crazy out of the box ideas. But I just think that, you know, instead of trying to fix somebody or trying to find something wrong with them or treat them like they're less than, I think the best thing that you can do for someone when they're struggling with their mental health is to sit with them. And that's one thing that people really haven't done for me in my life. So I don't really talk a lot about my struggles or when I'm having a hard time, and I think that that's partially my fault too, because I've been searching for a support system. I think I really do need a better support system, and maybe there's a different way that I can communicate things, but I'm still trying to navigate that and figure it out because I'm a human and I'm flawed, and we all are. So yeah, I think I've been talking for like 13 minutes by the time I edit it. It might be the majority of the video, but I have the day off. Tomorrow I have a show in Rochester, Friday I have a show in Rochester, and then Saturday I have a show way up north, so I know I'm gonna be like spread thin. I might condense all 3 shows into one video. We're supposed to get rain tomorrow and the next day, so I'm just praying to God that the forecast changes. I do have to go to Fantastic Sam's and get shampoo and conditioner because I'm almost out and I need to do that before I forget. That's the good thing about a list. And then I have to go to the store and look for more shirts to reverse tie-dye and stuff like that. And then today I'm also gonna meet with a band, potentially be the lead singer. So I have an audition, and so what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a list of bands that I'm inspired by and some of my favorite music, and I wanna get a notes section compiled for this so I can be prepared. So I'm gonna take you along for the day. If you're still here, you're the best. Okay, so I know this video is not sponsored and I've talked about this bag before, but this bag is the best freaking thing I ever invested in lately. What was it, 40 bucks I think, with shipping and all that? It's got all these pockets. I used it for my concert vlog, as you've seen that. I'll pop a clip in here. But yeah, I used it for my concert and I put my cards and my cash and my phone. It fits my phone perfectly, and this is like the bigger iPhone. Look at that. And you still have at least 1.5 inches. This bag is the best. And I used it on my walk today because I get sick of like having my phone in my pocket because I'm skinty and it likes to try and pull my shorts down. So I put it on here, and usually I have this in the front, but it's kind of like, you know, a backpack in a way. But like you can, I had it like this and it was so comfy. Phone is there, not in my way. I love Brixley bags. So Brixley bags, if you're watching this, please sponsor me because I love this thing. the same except a little less ragged. All right, I have to make a phone call on the way to get my oil changed. We're gonna do that. And then depending on what time they're done, I'm gonna try and run to Fantastic Sam's right there and grab some shampoo and conditioner. And then hopefully after that, I make it right on time for my audition. Drum roll. So fun fact, if you want quality shampoo and conditioner at a discount, go to Fantastic Sam's right before school starts and you get the liter sale. I got 4. I got 2 shampoos and 2 conditioners. That should last me roughly a year. I might need shampoo before then because my hair is getting longer, but I think I paid $27 for each of these, which seems like a lot, but I saved 35%, and it's great shampoo and conditioner, and it always makes my hair feel gorgeous, so. Hey guys, well I made it home alive and I didn't get murdered, so there's that. I'm pretty sure that the audition or the meeting with the band went well. We're gonna see next week. They played some of their songs and I'm gonna try and write some lyrics to it. I had that to do in the midst of my crazy week. I have a show tomorrow in Rochester, show Friday in Rochester, and then one way up north on Saturday. And then I'm gonna be spending the day with my friends Alex and Lisa, their mom and daughter, and I'm gonna be probably going to a play with them and having some downtime. Probably gonna come home on Monday because I have some stuff to do, like life things, and even though I have next week off, I have band practice on Wednesday. And they're gonna see if I'm a fit or not. I mean, we'll see how it goes and I'll keep you guys posted, but I'm gonna end this vlog here because I actually have to get off here, finish editing the rest of this video. It's almost 10 o'clock at night and I have yet to pack my lunch. I might do that in the morning, I'm not sure, but I have a splitting headache and I'm extremely tired. So until next time, my homages, peace out.